Hey YouTube, another deck profile, 2 in 1 day, what's this? Yeah, I downloaded the YouTube Studio app to try and give my videos some actual thumbnails, and while I was doing so, I noticed that my analytics for the majespecter deck profile was surprisingly high, and that there was a lot of negative comments saying that this video was misinformative. Looking at it, turns out the video was tagged under Adamancipator because of a joke skit that I did where I basically threw researchers about across a deck play map because I thought it was funny. It wasn't funny, it was a really bad joke. I hate that video, but the algorithm does dictate that apparently Adamancipator deck profiles are popular right now, so here is a serious deck profile for Adamancipator. This is my actual list that I've been playing. I don't have Revival Golem and Miracle Rupture, so it's not that build. And I don't have access codes. We're playing Dragoite, but Dragoite's better this format anyway because it kills Dragoon. So, yeah, let's hop into it. It is quite standard, I'm not going to lie, but apparently this is what people want to see right now. So, kicking things off, 3 copies of Researcher, the best tuner in the deck, the best card in the deck, potentially, besides Block Dragon. If you control a rock, special summon it. Excavate 5, summon a level 4 or lower non-tuner rock. Level 4 or lower non-tuner rock. Yeah, makes Hulk, makes Raptite, makes pretty much everything. Really good cards. So glad I got them on pre-orders for about 25 each. Really cheap. Triple Seeker, it does the same, but you have to control an Adamancipator monster to special summon him. And 3 Analyzer, who is basically a Cyber Dragon. If only your opponent controls a monster, you can special summon him or her for free. And then Excavate 5. They're level 4 though. Level 4, that's important. They're the one that makes the Dragoite for you. Then we're playing 2 copies of Block Dragon, because with Foolish Burial, that's your 3rd copy. This card is insane. Get this out before the ban list drops, hopefully. If this card gets hit, the deck will still live. It'll just be way more vulnerable. This card is insane. The fact that it searches 3 as soon as he hits the grave, mental. Then we are playing 3 copies of Doki Doki. Try and grab them without picking up whatever's underneath. 3 copies of Doki Doki. This is your first of your excavatable rocks, level 2, meaning that you can use it with the Raptite that you make, which is treated as a tuner to make your Borrowload Savage. Really nice. Also the discard special from deck. That's really good, so long as you don't get ashed. If you get ashed, bit less great. But yeah, this card is insane. You could probably hit this if you wanted to hurt the consistency of the deck, but I'm no expert, so don't take my word as gospel. Also, important point about Block Dragon that I, for some reason, neglected to mention, protects all your rocks from card effects. So if you end, say you've had a bad turn, you've been interrupted a load of times, you end on like a Guardian with a Block Dragon, you don't have a rock to discard to protect your Guardian. Guardian will try and blow himself up, Block Dragon will protect him. And speaking of Guardian, here he is, look at him. He's a monster negate. He also blows himself up at the end phase if you don't reveal a rock or have Block Dragon on the field. But he's a monster negate and he tributes, and he's not once per turn. So, yeah. Great card. Again, you can probably hit if you want to hurt the deck. Please don't hit Block Dragon or Researcher. Thank you. Supplier. Salamangreat Gazelle, but it's a rock. That was my musical clock. Goes on for longer than I thought it did, but yeah. Anyway, Quackimeru Supplier. If a rock is sent to the grave, special summon it. Use a rock to make Hulk. This guy chain blocks the Hulk. You can no longer ash the Hulk. Insane. Mental. Love this card. Also, on special summon, search any Quackimeru monsters. So you get a Guardian's Hand, which you can use as fodder for the Block Dragon. I don't know why people think this card is bad. I think it's absolutely insane. But then again, I also think Parallel Exceed is bad in this deck. So I don't know if I get an opinion. Tackle Crusader. If it's sent to the grave, flip a card face down, or spin a floodgate. And then they can't activate that floodgate again. So that's pretty good. The one Gigantes, it's an extender, searchable off block. And then for your free summons, your little guys to get you some field presence so that you can make Hulk and Granite and all the other nice things. 3 copies of 10 Year Spirit Adhara. It's an Earth. It special summons itself if you control no effect monsters. So you can just special summon this guy out. I don't play the die package. Again, I don't know if that invalidates my opinion, but I've never sat there thinking, I really wish I had Unexpected Die right now. This card does plenty, and so do my other free summons. So Adhara is really, really good, even without the die package. Madolche Petting says so. It's a free summon if you see it in your opening hand. And also Dinotherium. You end with surprisingly few level 4s in your graveyard, so this card is pretty much always live and will very rarely actually give your opponent something they can use. So I really, really like Dinotherium. I like Dinotherium more than Parallel Exceed. Also, Parallel Exceed clashes with the Supplier, so don't run both, because you can't chain both to the Summon of Hulk. So that's something to bear in mind. Finally, we've got the Weeping Idol. This is what you play. If you don't hit Doki Doki off of the Raptite, you send block to grave, you search this guy, and you special this guy out, and then you can make your Savage. O-Lion for Hulk combos, and the Dragon Buster Destruction Sword for your extra deck lock. Hand trap wise, I am running the Gamma package, so 3 Gammas and the 1 Driver. Best hand trap this format, hands down, no doubt. This card is mental. The fact that it negates and destroys is just insane. And then if you do it on your turn, say your opponent's trying to activate True King of All Calamities or Zexal on you, you chain the Gamma, you negate and destroy, and then you now have a tuner and a non-tuner to go straight into Hulk. Foolish and Reborn. Foolish sends block, Reborn brings back a monster so you can extend further. And then finally, 3 copies of Infinite Impermanence. So like I said, it's a pretty standard list. It's not anything too unusual. The only real thing is, playing Supplier instead of Exceed, and then not playing the die package. But you will find you'll find hundreds of lists out there that do the same things that I do. I'm not a visionary. I'm not creative. I'm not imaginative. None of that. Extra deck wise, for our synchros, the 1 Dragite, it spins back Dragoon, which is really, really good this format. Borrowload Savage. So crushed that like half this extra deck has just lost all its value thanks to the tins. But this guy's your Omni Negate, so he's really, really useful for your end board. He's also who you attach Dragon Buster to, so he's a must for your end board. Risen Raptite. Special summons any rock that you excavate, which is why you want to hit a Doki Doki. And also is your level 6 target that you make using Metal Marcher. Herald of the Arclight. It's an Omni Negate. Martial Metal brings back the O-Lion so that you can then use it further, and you use the O-Lion to summon Cyburst Integrator, who when sent to the grave draws you a card. So use this guy and Linkross to make your Union Carrier, you draw a card, and then using the token from the O-Line, you use that with Metal Marcher to make your Raptite, and that's basically just how you get access to the standard combo lines that you will have seen a lot on YouTube from people much more qualified than me. Links, we're playing Linkross and Hulk. This is your standard combo. You summon the Hulk, summon out O-Line, then make Linkross, summon 2 tokens. You turn one of the tokens with the O-Line into Metal Marcher. Metal Marcher brings back the O-Line. O-Line and the other token make Cyburst Integrator. And then you summon a level 3 token. Level 3 and level 3 makes level 6. And then the 2 Cybursts, Linkross and Integrator, makes you a Union Carrier while letting you draw an extra card. So that's really, really good. I played that over the Link Spider. IP Masquerena, so that you can go into either Apollo or Unicorn on your opponent's turn. Union Carrier to equip the Dragon Buster. Nightmare Cerberus, it's an Earth, so it's block dragon fodder. And sometimes you just also need to get rid of monsters, get rid of block to trigger it. Thank you, planes, for flying right over my house. That was entertaining. I hope that wasn't picked up on the microphone. Nightmare Unicorn, spin something back. You make it with the Masquerena to provide interruption on your opponent's turn. And then Appaloosa, Bow of the Goddess, to set up some extra negation. You'll quite often make Appaloosa on your opponent's turn, which then triggers the block, because you'll use block as one of the materials with the IP Masquerena, letting you search 3. And then we're playing 2 Exceeds, Gallant Granite, and Abyss Dweller. Dweller is so that if you're making a board and your opponent don't really know mores you, you've already activated the Dweller during their draw phase, so they've lost the ability to use their graveyard. And Gallant Granite searches any rock from your deck to your hands. You can search Block Dragon, you can search Researcher, you can search Weeping Idol if you really need to, you can search practically anything. And when I show you the side deck, you can search Nibiru, which is absolutely insane of it. I will show you the side deck. This is the side deck I've been using for just playing with friends, and then the one locals I went to that opened, and then I could only make that 1 week, so that got me second place, so I don't think there's much I would change. Side deck, we're playing 3 Nibiru. This card kills Rogue. It's also searchable thanks to Granite, as I just mentioned. And then my personal preferred hand trap this format. I know Gamma is objectively the best, but I really like Ghost Reaper this format. The fact that every deck will be playing Hulk, Verte, things like that. There's a lot of standard extra deck this format. So Ghost Reaper, the fact that you can remove in the mirror your opponent's Hulk Fibrax and stop them accessing that, that's huge. That is so good for this deck, and I can't overestimate just how many times Ghost Reaper has come in clutch by ripping my opponent's Hulk, pushing the game to a grand game, and then I make my own Hulk and basically full combo on them, and they've not actually had access to the combo pieces that they need. For spells on the side, 3 copies of Call by the Grave. So if I'm forced to go first, well, if I get to choose to go first, say I lost game 1, I pick to go first, I'll side these in, and I'll side out my Imperms or my Gammas. And then we've got 3 Cosmic Cyclone. This is just for back row decks, things like Altergeist, Guru Numeron. There's a few back row decks at my locals. It also takes care of Sky Striker, so Cyclone is really, really good for my personal local setting. Make sure you always plan your side deck for the event that you're going to. Don't just create a standard, because that will catch you out eventually. And finally, 3 copies of Dark Really No More. Negate my opponent's board, let me make my own board, Drakeite spin everything back. Easy game, win, GG, no re. But that's it. That is essentially all that an Adamancipator deck profile is. That is your bog standard list. That is all that you are going to get most of the time when you watch a video. But I thought, you know, the joke wasn't funny. I'd show you guys what I'm actually playing and give some of my thoughts behind it. But if you enjoyed, make sure to hit like, comment if you feel like it, subscribe if you feel like that, and share this video if you found it informative. Share my other videos if you enjoyed them. I really, really appreciate all of you guys for checking these videos out. And yeah, if you want to try out this deck, it is a bit pricey and the ban list is coming up, so I'd maybe wait until after the ban list, just so that you don't make any faulty investments, just in case this deck does get hit in the very, very unlikely event that it does. But I do highly recommend you try this deck out. This and Infernoble are my personal favourite decks of the format. And then next format, come November, I'll be playing Tri-Brigade Zodiac, and that is a list that I cannot wait to show you guys once the physical cards are out and I can show you that in person. But until then, it's going to be some more interesting, unique decks, hopefully. An Infernoble list once my Triple Tactics talent shows up. And yeah, we'll just try and have a fun time along the way. So if you enjoyed, make sure to, show your support. I really, really appreciate it. I love everything you guys do. I love making these videos, and I hope that I can grow as a channel and as a person thanks to you guys' support. Yeah, thanks as always. I'll see you next time.